Hi guys, I'm back with a book haul today. I'm so excited. I bought so many books in the month of May. It's June now, and I told myself I'm not allowed to buy any more books this month. So even like a month or two ago, I was like stressed out by the idea of having books that I haven't read, and it bothered me. I think I had bought like 4 or 5 books in April or something like that, and I was like, I need to get to all of these, whatever. But I don't know, maybe a month ago, I was like, it would be really nice to have like a menu of books to choose from depending on what mood I'm in, what I'm feeling. So I have done that. I have bought a few books from all kinds of different stores. You can see this giant stack next to me. I'm gonna go through them. I have a mix of nonfiction, romance, sci-fi, fantasy, and historical fiction. Oh. Hi, baby girl. Tortellini's here. This is baby Lini. She's not feeling well. She's doing okay though. Tortellini loves being a part of any type of meeting. Anytime someone is talking at my desk, she has to be a part of it. The very first thing I want to talk about is technically not a book to haul, it's a whole device. I got a Kobo e-reader probably about a month ago, and I'm obsessed. I'm having so much fun with it. I've never had an e-reader before. I never really got the point of them. I feel like I used to be like, just read a physical book, or I don't know, read it on your computer. Like I didn't get it. And a few months ago I started checking out books from Libby, and I would read them on my phone or on my iPad. I have an older iPad. I don't know which one. It has a button. But after reading so much on there, I was like, it would be really nice to have a dedicated e-reader, it seems like. So I love it. I think it's definitely worth it. I got it to read library books, like library ebooks, and please hold, my cat is eating cardboard. Okay, she might keep going with the cardboard. It's like her favorite hobby is tearing cardboard apart with her teeth. So sorry. But yeah, this is great so far. And library books I've enjoyed, and this is the first book I've read from public domain. I also got it to read like classics that are free to read if you go on like Project Gutenberg or standard ebooks. I really like standard ebooks. I feel like they do a really good job formatting their books. You can tell they put a lot of effort into them. But this one that I have on here, I'm still in the introduction, but I'm having so much fun with it. It's called The Secret Commonwealth of Elves, Fauns, and Fairies by Robert Kirk. It was written in the 1600s by a Scottish minister about fairies. Just like, it's about folklore, but it's a nonfiction book, so it's just like explaining it as if it's like a very real thing that's going on. And the introduction to this book was written in the 1800s, so it's interesting just to get an 1800s perspective on something that was written in the 1600s. It's really cool. I'm having fun with it, and I love that in here you can like press and hold on a word if you don't know what it means. There's a lot of Scottish words in here that I'm not familiar with, and just older words, so it's been really helpful. Love this Kobo so far. I had to mention it. I'm having so much fun. Okay, let's talk about the nonfiction books. I feel like usually when I think of nonfiction, I think of like self-help books, things like that, maybe a history book, but I got some really cool ones. I'm really excited about them. The first one is A Cup of Sake Beneath the Cherry Trees by Kinko. And this is one of the Penguin Little Black classics. It's so short, but I think this is a monk from the 13th century, his like philosophical musings on life. I saw this suggested from another YouTuber, might have been Aya's Cottage, I'm not sure. I can't quite remember, but I'm really excited to read this. I think it'll be a nice cozy time. I'm not sure if it's one that I'm gonna get to like jump to immediately, but I am really excited to have it there for when I'm ready. The next one we have is The Garden Against Time. This is the British cover. This is by Olivia Liang. This is the British edition. I saw this, I had it on my list, and I was looking at it at an independent bookstore here, and I was trying to like read the first chapter to decide if I was interested, but there's a lot of people there and I couldn't quite focus. And I couldn't stop thinking about it though, and I really wanted it to. And so I read the first few pages online, and I was like, well, I would like that. And then somehow I saw that there was a different cover. The cover in the US is fine. It's like bright yellow with like roses and stuff on it. I love yellow, but I love like a soft yellow. And so I saw this one and I just thought it was so nice and I was so excited about it. This is, how to explain it? From what I know, it's about a woman who is restoring her garden in England, and then throughout the book she's comparing it to like historical gardens and fictional gardens. I think it mentions Paradise Lost, which is on, I actually got that on my Kobo from the public domain stuff. I think I downloaded it from Standard eBooks, but then I saw that my husband actually had a copy from like his personal library. I guess his parents have been bringing us books every time they visit that are like his books. Anyways, Paradise Lost. What else does it say? A wartime sanctuary in Italy. I don't know. So I'm just really intrigued to go through this. I love gardening. It brings me so much peace and helps with anxiety, and I'm really excited to read through this book. The next books I want to mention together because they're kind of similar in my head. We have, let's see. We have The Memoirs of Lady Hyegong, the autobiographical writings of a crown princess of 18th century Korea, which is, I think the name on here is translated by Jahyun Kim Habush, and it's written by Lady Hyegong. And similar to that, we have The Pillow Book by Se Shonagon. And this is written by a court gentlewoman in Japan. It says circa 966 to 1017. And I think this is like a collection of just different notes and journal entries and everything like that. I have another book. It's not actual writings from ancient Japan. It's like about court life in ancient Japan. It might be called Court Life in Ancient Japan or something. I got it years ago and I haven't finished it. But I was excited about that. I love history. I love history, but more so I love historical drama. I love a period piece. Big fan of Downton Abbey, Victoria, if you've never seen that. Such a great period piece about Queen Victoria. And also that, my interest in historical period pieces is what got me into Korean dramas. I think I'd watched one or two before, and then I saw like a historical K-drama suggested on Netflix, and that got me in. And so that is partially why I'm really excited about The Memoirs of Lady Hyegong, and I have already started reading it. As you can tell, I have this bookmark. I made this forever ago, but I feel like it matches really well. And just there's like yellow and flowers, and it's really pretty. And I've already started annotating it. I don't know, can I show? I don't like writing in books, so I got these like transparent sticky notes and like I'm writing on there, and I'm having so much fun. I feel like I skimmed through the intro and I'm gonna go back and forth to it, but I was like, spoilers, which like how can you have spoilers for history? But yeah, I'm on the memoir of 1795, and it's all about how she was chosen, like selected to become the crown princess when she was really young. I'm just so excited to read this whole book. Apparently, she recounts the chilling murder of her husband by his father. So the crown prince of Korea in like the 1700s was murdered by his father. And I read a couple lines about it and it sounds brutal. I don't know. I'm very intrigued to get to that point, and it's fascinating to me that it's actual history, but it's someone who was writing, and the intro gives really great context to it. I'm having such a great time. I'm gonna take my time with this because I'm annotating it and I want to be able to like enjoy annotating it as well. This is the first time I've ever annotated anything, and I just wanted to be able to enjoy that process. So, two similar historical East Asian, somewhat autobiographical books, perhaps. I'm really excited about these. My last nonfiction book is a book kind of career related. It's called Laws of UX. I actually bought this years ago and spilled a chocolate smoothie all over it, and it was so ruined. There was no syrup in that book. It was really, really gross. and I never got to finish it when I was reading it at the time, so I'm really excited to get to finish this. It's about basically psychological principles that apply to user experience design, so digital product design like websites and apps and stuff like that, which is what I do for work, and I want to spend more time learning about design. That's actually one of my goals, like reading goals for the year, was read 6 nonfiction books, and that was because I wanted to read books for design. I have a couple that I haven't read yet or haven't finished, and I wanted to get through those, and I haven't done that yet. I've read some other nonfiction books, but I'm excited to have this one because I did really enjoy reading the first few chapters of it when I had it. All right, my one romance book. I got this from a book exchange for my book club. At our May meeting, the idea was to bring a book and we were gonna do like a trade. I think it was like put a 1-star review on the cover of this book, and the review for this one was everybody needs therapy. And I was intrigued and I picked it up, and I heard really good things about it from everyone who was there. They're like, you're gonna love it. It was one of my favorite books I read, and that is Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. I'm really excited. I think, I don't know, I would love to read more romance books. I've read one romance and a few romantic, not that many. So I'm excited to have just a suggestion that a lot of people really enjoy. And I think this will be great for the summer. I'll probably read it in July. I don't know much about it. I think, is it the one where 2 people, like everyone breaks up after they date? Yes, everyone finds true love after they break up, so they're gonna date each other. And that sounds just like a fun plot. I'm excited. Okay, quick sci-fi section. First one I have is Orbital by Samantha Harvey. And every time I see the description of this on Storygraph, I'm like, ooh, so intriguing, so ethereal. And I think the way people talk about it in book reviews always makes me like, I have to read that. Let me pull up the Storygraph review. Or not the Storygraph review, the like AI summary that they give, because I feel like the actual summary seems intriguing, but not as much. That Storygraph, I feel like all those little summaries make them seem extra incredible. Okay. Orbital by Samantha Harvey is ideal for readers who appreciate reflective lyrical explorations of humanity's fragile beauty and existential musings, framed through the lens of everyday life and extraordinary circumstances. Like, okay. I also picked up All Systems Red by Martha Wells. This is, I think, the first book in the Murderbot series. I can't remember everything I've heard about it. I think I've heard mixed things. Like, I feel like I've heard people online rave about it, and I met someone in person. I don't think she enjoyed it. But it seems intriguing. I would like to get back into sci-fi. Growing up, I feel like my favorite genres were dystopians and sci-fi, and I have not had good luck with dystopian novels lately, and so I'm hoping I'll have fun reading some sci-fi. We'll see. All right, let's talk about fantasy books. The first one I have, I've been hearing so many good things about this author. I have been hesitant to read some of her books because I've heard they're really depressing, so I wanted to start with this one, which I think also might be depressing, but it sounded intriguing in like a intellectual way, and this one is Babel by R.F. Kuang. This is pretty thick. I feel like it'll be a dense one to get through, but I also wanted to get one where I could like really get immersed in like a fantasy world. I'm really intrigued, just based on all the good things I've heard about her books, and I'm hoping I'll really like this. I think this one is also historical fantasy, which is so much fun. So I can't wait. I do think I want to start this one pretty soon. I just keep having other books coming up, like book club books I gotta read. My library holds keep coming in, just random things. It hasn't been the time, but soon it will be the time to read Babel. Okay, this next one I did already read. I was really excited about it when I got it, and it is A Natural History of Dragons by Marie Brennan. I will save my thoughts on this for a reading wrap up. It wasn't what I expected, so I was a little bit disappointed. But I will say one thing I'm like obsessed with. I don't know if you can tell very well on camera. I don't know if it will pick it up. I like the design of the book quite a bit. I'm trying to find a good example page. And I really like that it has brown ink. I feel like that is so unique. Everything's printed in black, and I love, 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 love that it's this like, not even deep, deep brown, but just like nice brown color. I thought that was so cool, especially coming from design school where they tell you to never use black. I thought it was nice to see something that was actually not in black. I thought it was so cool. Okay, I picked up this next one because the book club theme for June that I'm in is, I think it was like TV or movie adaptation. We were voting between a few, and this one didn't win, but I had thought of it as like an idea, and I was really, after I was thinking about it more, I was like, you know, I'd like to read that either way. I feel like that'll be a fun time. My parents loved this movie growing up. I feel like we would have it on all the time, and I was like, ah, that's cool, fine. Like, I didn't really care about it that much, but the book is The Princess Bride. This one is by William Goldman. It's the 25th anniversary edition, but there was like a 30th edition there that was like this huge, gorgeous hardback but it was like, I feel like hard to read, not very readable just because of the dimensions, like the style of the book. You know what I'm talking about? Like, it's like coffee table book vibes. It's not really like a book you're gonna like sit and curl up with. So this one felt better for that. I also like, did I read the first chapter, or maybe I read the intro or something? But anyways, I already have it open to this page. The drop caps are so pretty. So that will be a fun one. Fun, silly, whimsical, fantasy. I'm jazzed. My last few books are historical fiction, and the first one I have is by one of my favorite authors. I didn't love the first book in this series, but I love her writing in general, and I love the way she talks about history. Like, I just love her writing is very informative, but still like, it's not like a textbook. It's like she ties it in with her stories very well. I love learning about different culture, time periods, everything through her books. And this one is Dreams of Joy by Lisa C. This is the sequel to Shanghai Girls. I didn't love Shanghai Girls. It wasn't bad. It's just, when I read historical fiction, I really like books like pre-1900s, probably like pre-1850s. Like, it's like older time periods that we feel really removed from. And I should have put it together, but I didn't know it would be about World War II or war in general. And I know war is a real topic, but I want to have fun when I'm reading, and it's a heavy topic. So there were some scenes in there that were graphic that I wasn't expecting, but still learned a lot. It starts off in 1937 in Shanghai, and then we follow these sisters through decades and through their journey to the US. And the sequel, I'm pretty sure it's going to focus on her daughter's point of view, who has gone back to China. And the first book definitely ended on like an unresolved cliffhangery situation. It felt like, I get why it's two separate books, but it felt like it should be one thick, chunky book. And there's just like a part two, and then you switch perspectives, but it's fine. I'm excited. I also saw, Lisa C's coming out with another book. It hasn't like been announced yet, but she keeps talking about her manuscripts on her Instagram, and I saw the title from it. I was like pausing and squinting on her Instagram, and I don't remember the exact title, but it was giving like mythology folklore vibes, just like Peony in Love, which is my favorite book by her. It's one of my favorite books in general, and I'm really hoping that it's like that. I'm so excited, but we'll find out at some point. Okay, I also have Hamnet by Maggie O'Farrell. This one is about, basically it's apparently not named, but Shakespeare's family. So it's in the 1500s, which is like, I think I read, one of Lisa C's book is set in the 1500s, I think, but I haven't really read any like British centric books from that time period, so I think that'll be interesting. And by his family, and the subtitle says a novel of the plague, so must be something to do with him going through the plague. And Hamnet apparently is Shakespeare's son's name, and he like named Hamlet after his son Hamnet. And I've heard great things about this, and I don't know that it's like high on my list, but it feels like something I want to read in the fall. Do you know what I mean? I'm looking forward to it. We'll probably read it in a few months. I have to mention this one. I have already read it from the library, but I loved it so much that I really wanted to own it, and I want my husband to read it. I want my friends to read it. I just want to be able to like let people also read it, and I know someday I'm gonna reread it. And that's Pachinko by Minjin Lee. I thought this was such a good book, and about a time period in history I didn't know a ton about, especially like K-dramas. Sometimes they'll like allude to Japanese colonization and occupation of Korea. But this is following a family from Korea from like 1917 through the 80s. So they go from Korea to Japan, and it's following that family over decades and multiple points of view, and it's so well done. It's so good. If you haven't read Pachinko, please go read it. My last book is Peach Blossom Spring by Melissa Fu. I don't know a ton about this book. I remember reading, oh, this one was actually when I set up my Storygraph profile. It was like the first recommendation from it, because I think I said like based on Peony in Love, and maybe I had just read Pachinko. So it's also, I think this one is Chinese historical fiction. Also, I know I just talked about Shanghai Girls and didn't put it together, so maybe I should think about this a little bit more, but the description says it is 1938 in China. So there might be war in this too, but I don't think it oh. There might be some more stuff in here too. But I read the first chapter of this. I sampled it before I bought it, and I thought it was really good. I was like so in on the writing. I was so intrigued. I feel like it's gonna be really good. This one, you can tell, it was a book of the month pick. And I think I saw it on the inside cover. It was a few years ago in February 2022. I don't love hardback books. I know that's probably weird. They're nice. Like, they're so nice to like hold and look at, but they're like heavy to read. They're still really nice. I don't know. So I did go back and they only had hardback books at the half price books that I got this from. And I went to 2 other ones and hoping like maybe I could exchange it, but they all had this book of the month copy. And anywho, this cover is beautiful. It's gorgeous. I know I'm gonna want to read this at some point. I don't know when I want to read it, because I do have, as you could tell, other like Chinese historical fictions, East Asian books I'm reading. So thematically, I feel like I want to try to spread some of that out. But I have it for when I'm ready, and I'm so excited. Those are all the books that I have hauled recently. I am so excited to read. As I said, the only one that I have finished is Natural History of Dragons, and then I started Memoirs of Lady Hyegang, and well, I guess on my kobo also Secret Commonwealth of Elves, Funs, and Fairies. So excited about those 2 that I'm currently reading, and really excited to get into the rest of these too. If there's one that y'all think that I should prioritize and read really soon, please let me know. I hope you're having a beautiful, wonderful, magical day, and go read some books. Bye!